Hey, what is up, my friends? ¿Qué te parece? ¿Qué te parece? ¿Qué te parece? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? I think he's pretty cool. It's Mr. Scraphook, obviously, and he's decked out with two P-Trexes. If you follow the channel, you can probably see some similarities between this one and the double scrap heap that I've done, and perhaps some other P-Trex combinations in the past. But today we're going to talk about this guy, go over the tutorial, and yeah, just riff on some things here and there and everywhere. He's a little bit stiff. He doesn't have like knee mobility, and a lot of the stuff that I create, I would say most of the things are kind of like posable statues versus like action figures. Because the main things that I try to do is I go for aesthetics, then I go for stability, and kind of posability is not necessarily on the highest part of my list. And I've had a little bit of negative feedback from some folks about that, but to be completely honest, it's like telling somebody who wants to draw that they shouldn't just draw because it's not animated, you know? It's like, oh, you shouldn't draw anything if it's not going to move. Or like, oh, you shouldn't draw anything if it's not 3D, if it's not a sculpture, you know? Hogwash, hogwash. You do what you want, you know? You do what you want. Do what you want in your creative space. Express yourself, be free, and have fun, you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, what am I talking about? So let's talk about this guy. So first of all, this being a Junkion, he has all the right colors to fit with P-Trex and vice versa. I think everything is going really, really well. I think there's some interesting like alignment and vibes being like junk, discarded stuff, and bones kind of being discarded or remnants left over and stuff. And so I don't know. I'm just maybe I'm just making it up, but I do feel like there's some type of alignment going on with this theme of bone and bike, or not bike, bone and bot. I said bike because I just did the Rekgar video and it's still fresh on my mind. Give me 1 second, really. My throat is super parched. I just need to drink something. 1 sec. Okay, I'm back on the attack. Yeah, just had a little bit of tea, and I'm good. I'm good. So there's some really interesting things about Scraphook that you're going to discover once you get him. And then one, I've talked about this before, but he's a reverse connector. And what I mean by that is he connects using ports where pegs should be and pegs where ports should be. So it's the opposite in terms of how some of the other build formers, the weaponizers, modulators, fossilizers, etc., like those things kind of connect. So you got to be creative in some areas in order for this guy to play well with some of the others. And so and that's why the knee mobility has been sacrificed over here. The first build I created, I did keep the knee mobility, but I didn't like the proportions, and so I kind of did away with it, and I fashioned these new boots, which are a slight modification and riff on some of the older builds that I've done with P-Trex. And yeah, one of the areas that I don't like, and I'll just be upfront with you, is so I think toe gimmick looks cool. Like there's good like contour silhouette, but this isn't connected to anything. This just comes down over here and it has the buckler on the front, which I like. Kind of makes me think of like those steel toe boots of the past, but it isn't connected to anything. And so I wish it was. And yeah, and also I have the little heel stabilizer here, but wish it wasn't that long, but at the same time. So it looks like he kind of has like mini skis. Whatever though. Honestly, I don't really care that much, but it's just areas that I wish I could have improved upon, but didn't get to. And c'est la vie. C'est la vie. Yeah, c'est la vie. Okay. So let's get into it, right? So you need one Scraphook and one Paleotrex. Or sorry, two Paleotrex. Is he utilizing all the parts? I think he's utilizing all the parts, right? So I'm gonna pop off the leg first and go over how to make this. Yeah, it's a bit of a jumble. Let me refocus. Okay. So you see this, right? This is the front, and that's the side, and that's the back, okay? So in order to get this work, the main core of this is this axe blade, and this axe blade is going to be hugged by the thigh. The thigh will sandwich itself on so the axe blade has two pegs, right, that you can sandwich on, the lighter one and then the darker one. You're going to sandwich the thigh on top of the dark bit, okay? Cool, right? And then the little peg at the bottom of the axe bit, that one right there, you want to fold up because you need a little bit more clearance. And so when you extend the thighs down, the first thigh, the knee port, is going to plug into the dinosaur face, or dinosaur like torso face, whatever you want to call it. And that's this entire thing right over here, okay? One foot is going to plug in, the toe, the thumb, or whatever is going to plug into the neck port, and that's going to hang down in the back to become the heel stabilizer. The second knee port over here is going to plug into one of the calves, and that would be the heel of the foot flipped upside down. That's plugged in right there. That extends down, and that little knee port then plugs into the buckler, which will become like the steel toe boots. This second foot, the second claw, hand, foot, whatever this you want to call it, is going to become the second stabilizer, and that's going to plug into the side of the dinosaur face. Okay, I think that's pretty easy. I think that I explained that well enough. You just do that for one side, and you do that for the other side as well. Like I said, axe bit, thigh sandwiching the dark pegs. You connect one to the calf, heel, extend down buckler. The second one connecting to the dino face. Thumb, claw, plugs up into the neck port, angle this back. Second claw thing connected to the side of the dino face, and there you go. Dude, it's super warm right now. It's hella warm over here. I'm sweating. I wish it wasn't so hot in the office, but whatever, dude. I mean, I know they did it because there's a cold front everywhere right now. So for y'all over there on the East Coast, I hope y'all are doing well. I heard it's wild. I mean, we have rain in California right now, and we never get rain, and it's kind of cold. So I was like, wow, if it's like that here, what's it like over there? And so, yeah, so for y'all braving the storms, I hope things are okay. Yeah. Okay, the second part, we have the torso of a scrap hook. On the back, we just have his little spike tire and his toe bit, the tow truck bit plugged in. There's two ports over here, right there and right there. And so we have the tire on one, and then we have the toe bit on the other. And this, I'm just going to take this whole thing off. To connect this part to the body, you don't necessarily need this, but it helps beef it up. And so this is the frill part of the tail, the frilly part, right? And then at the top, we just have the P-Trex head plugged in. And on the bottom of that tail, we have one of the feet C's plugged in at the heel, bent. And then at the top over here, we have the P-Trex tail. Yeah. So he has these two kind of like spiky things pointing up. Plugged into the one of the parts of the frilly tail. The pegs from the frilly part of the tail is Scrap Hook's foot, leg, calf, and that's how it normally would be. Because of this angle pivot, dude, you can get a lot of cool like expressive shoulder motions over there. I really like that. And then plugged into the foot is just Scrap Hook's arm, and then you have that shin gun or whatever plugged into the forearm to beef it up, and then we have that Hermes Mercury exhaust bit plugged in over here. So that's really, really easy. You do that for both sides. Then you plug that in to see, and this is the expressive part I'm talking about. That's really cool that you kind of angle it up. And he's a wide boy, but he's nice. And you know what, let me just kind of show you how everything looks over here. There's a port, peg. I mean, it's pretty easy. Honestly, you know, I'm not gonna take it apart. It's pretty easy. Once you get him in hand, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. He's very, very easy to decipher and figure out. He's not that complex. Well, he is in some ways, and in other ways he's not. So you just plug that in over there. And there we have him. He's nice, huh? And this, I think, makes him like leader class size. The double scrap hook and the one-on-one Paleotrex made him like a Voyager, but this definitely brings him up, in my opinion, to leader class scale. He definitely has presence, not the greatest of mobility, but yeah, he's a wide boy. He's expressive, and he has a lot of good color pairing, and he's really, really good at dominoes. I've never been able to beat him yet, and he makes a mean killer pizza. All right, gang, enough riffing and harassing. I hope you have enjoyed your time, had a couple of laughs, made you smile, and hope it was always you feel that it was worthy an investment of time on your part, and hope you're entertained. Yeah. So once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all be safe out there, have fun, and be kind to yourself and others. Forgive yourself and others, and know that making mistakes and falling and fumbling just helps you find the right path, you know. So it's totally okay to make mistakes and stuff. I don't know. I'm on this weird kind of like giving advice tip because I was dropping advice and knowledge on my nieces up in Vietnam. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. All right, bye.